The Oculus Quest has Vader Immortal, but I really wanted a VR game with more freedom of movement, especially during action sequences. So is this the Star Wars game we had hoped for, or does it fall short? This is Lipnox VR, and this is my review for Tales from the Galaxy's Edge on the Oculus Quest. Visually, the game at times shows the Quest's limitations, but even with those setbacks, they have made design choices that ensure the game still looks beautiful on weaker hardware. It does look very plastic modern Star Wars to a degree, where I didn't feel Vader felt the same way, but that partially is reflected by the environments and the areas I was in. There are often great views to the sides of areas or windows, and character models are highly detailed, as are the weapons. I will also say it impressed me that while characters didn't have full physics like in Saints and Sinners, it was still a satisfying feeling getting a good headshot on an enemy given the death animation's complexity.
My, he's vanished! Perhaps
The voice actors do a great job breathing life into the game, ensuring a memorable Star Wars experience. Full conversations I truly enjoyed, ensuring those who are here for Star Wars fanfare won't be disappointed. All the weapons sound like they should, feeling powerful in your hands. The ambient noises set the scale of the environment you're in, and when the music is on, it's Star Wars, so you know it's going to be good. If there's one thing this game nails more than any other, it's the audio department. While I don't want to go too much into the story, as it's a core part of enjoying the experience, you basically end up feeling like Han Solo with the Heart of Luke type of character, as your character seems to function on the motivation of doing good, but perhaps that is just the read I got. You're clearly a smuggler, and your skills involve fixing things with your handy space wrench and delivering unknown cargo. You get into an altercation, which sends you down to the nearest planet, and recovering lost merchandise. Again, keeping away from spoilers best I can. This is the core element to the story, but there's also a side Jedi story involving Yoda that you could easily end up missing by not doing the side activities. And this time I can freely walk around with a lightsaber, and in some ways I feel as if they had initially wanted to do this as its own game. But if they can let us relive classic Star Wars moments in VR by doing these story flashbacks, I can't wait to see who appears in the next one. And I feel like this way of incorporating classic characters is a lot better for the lore and for the overall experience. So the core combat is honestly very familiar. There are a few new toys to play with, including these flying droids that serve as allies to briefly shoot enemies or shield you from attacks. You also have a jetpack device that lets you hover briefly, which can be great at hitting foes hidden behind cover. Coming over from Vader, you have the grenades and blasters, but if memory serves me correctly, there are a few new guns this time around, giving you a good chance to mix it up. And because you don't have unlimited ammo, you're going to be constantly swapping up your weapons. Thankfully, all the guns are fun to use. You can store 2 on your sides, but if you're not careful, you'll get into situations with no ammo. Thankfully, you can throw the guns, and it's not overly difficult to hit them by doing this. Beyond the shooting, you have some light puzzle-solving gameplay with a tool to open boxes using a drill, cutter, and spark device for extra goodies, and you can scan things in the levels, usually a requirement for progression during a story, but rewards with extra credits if you do these afterwards, it seems. I also have to mention that there is a fun darts game and a side story involving a lightsaber. Both are very enjoyable, but very to the side. The lightsaber aspect does have some serious depth to it, featuring a rather lengthy side story where you mostly slash at small creatures. So when it comes to the Oculus Quest, you get a lot of stand still and do things types of games like Job Simulator, and it's rare to get titles that truly have you exploring areas and walking around. That is definitely changing more and more with the recent releases like Population 1 and Saints and Sinners, but it's still a thought that is ingrained in my mind when shopping for games on the platform. Tales from the Galaxy's Edge captures the feeling of being a full game. It follows a fun narrative, and while it feels like only part 1, I didn't feel that it wasn't worth its price tag. It has missions to do after you finish the 2-hour, roughly, main campaign to keep you going, and I can see it being something that I want to replay at least once, and possibly a few times. With Star Wars fans likely getting value just hanging out and playing darts as well, given the detailed environment, the game has some minor bugs. Sometimes picking things up on the floor in front of you is a pain, and you just grab stuff stored in your chest opposed to the item you're trying to get, but these are minor complaints. I had a lot of fun with this Star Wars experience, and all things considered, I feel confident giving this game an 8.8 out of 10, knocking points down mainly for the length, as the game itself isn't really lacking anywhere else. It's nowhere near Saints and Sinners level of physics and general polish control-wise, but few are, and I think you'd be making a huge mistake passing on this one. Thanks for watching, I'm signing out, but if you want to see more, please don't forget to subscribe. Also, likes and comments help promote the channel and are beyond appreciated. May the Force be with you.